Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Anarchy again, and I'm casting another Starcraft 2 replay, and I've got a good one for you tonight. This is against DREAMlegosu versus a fan favorite, EGidrA. We all know EGidrA is a professional level gamer. Used to play in Korea in the GSL, came back couple months ago, hasn't gone back since, and he's competing in pretty much every major StarCraft tournament. And he's playing against DREAMlegosu, which I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's a professional level gamer as well, just because of the fact that he's playing EGidrA. So I didn't do my research on Legosu, so I'm kind of sorry about that. But the map is Shattered Temple. Spawning in the 3 o'clock position is your purple Protoss, DREAMlegosu. Spawning at the 8 o'clock position, the green Zerg player, EGidrA from Team Evil Geniuses. EGidrA is known around the StarCraft community as, he's not the nicest guy. He's like the polar opposite of Sheth, where Sheth, you could cannon rush him, you could probe attack him, and if he loses, he comes out of the booth and he shakes your hand. Where EGidrA, if you do anything remotely cheesy to him, he usually just quits the game and doesn't even say goodbye. So, not the nicest guy out there, but a good player in his own right. He's starting with a spawning pool first. He's not going to take that early expand that most Zerg players do. And the Protoss player just dropped his gateway as well. So as the game warms up, let me remind you guys that if you want your own replays casted and put up on YouTube, get your name out there, get yourself some exposure, all you have to do, if you get a good replay, send it to me, anarchysc2@gmail.com, and I'll be glad, more than happy, to cast the game if that's what you want. If you want some, analytical commentary, I can do that as well. I coach this game in my downtime, so I know a lot about it, and I can help you out if you want some pointers. Okay, so we see EGidrA does eventually take that expansion. The pool is just about done, and he's also only on one gas, which is it's normal for this point in the game. This Protoss player Legosu is going to wall off, play it safe against EGidrA. You never know if he's going to pop a bunch of Zerglings out real quick and come after you. He's got the center map control, which is very smart. EGidra's on his way over now. He's going to just fly right by and go try and get a scout off. He's got his Overlord coming into position. It's going to be strategically placed, so he'll know exactly when that expansion does go down for the Protoss player. Hallucination on the way. Interesting, like before warp gate research. So I've never seen this before. He's getting a stalker out now. He's used up his chrono boost. This is going to be interesting, folks, because I have never seen hallucination research before warp gate technology. Unless he's just doing it to get a quick Phoenix out for scouting purposes, but on this map, it's very easy to just run inside. So I don't know. Metabolic boost is on the way for EGidrA. He's going to get his Zergling speed out. He's got some Zerglings poking and prodding at the front door. He sees the Cybercore researching, but I guarantee you he does not think that it's hallucination. 2 more gateways going down. So we got 3 gates on the, 1 gate down, 2 gates on the way. He's still on 1 gas. Supply is 32 for the TOS player and 26 for EGidrA. And hallucination is now done. So let's see what exactly his plan was. He doesn't have any sentries out. First sentry's coming out now. He's not going to have enough energy for hallucination. You would think that he would have got a sentry out much sooner and just let him sit there for a while. EGidrA poking and prodding again, trying to get some scouting information, but now with the ranged units out, he can pretty much send his Zerglings back home because there's nothing, or just let them die like he just did. Epic hold position there. We see the Protoss player is expanding, but EGidrA is in perfect position to scout it, and he's getting another Overlord around. EGidrA is amazing with the way that he puts out his Overlord spread. I mean, he really is good at that. Warp gate research on the way. We've got a Zealot coming out. Another sentry on the way. Metabolic boost about to finish. 8 roaches on the way for EGidrA. So it looks like we're going to see a roach bust. Roaches are out and ready to go. We got the second hatch, which is not saturated at all. The roaches are coming across the map now. Let's see how the Protoss player reacts to this. He does have hallucination. So, and the sentry still doesn't have enough energy to use it, but that would be A pretty good trick to hallucinate some type of like immortal, or I guess it'd be too early to hallucinate a Colossus. That would just look ridiculous. So Zergling's poking him prod, and he's going to see that Legosu has no type of army. He's EGidrA supply block. He's getting that Overlord out, but he's not going to be able to reinforce quickly. The Roaches are here, going to definitely force a cancel on that gateway. Warp Gate research still isn't even done, so I don't see... wow. Another pylon going down, which is going to supply block the Protoss player. Warp Gate research done, but without that pylon, he can't do anything. Epic force field to stop the Zerglings from getting out. However, a couple that did get in give the Roaches high ground vision, and EGidrA is just continually streaming units now. And wow, this does not look good for Legosu. This could be the end. As long as that one Zergling is there and these Roaches have high ground vision, I mean, there goes the Cybernetics core. So he's only going to be able to use Zealots from now forward. There's no production, as you can see. One Zealot running forward. Zealot against Roach is just not a great combination. But EGidrA is going to pull back. He knows the amount of damage that he just did to the Protoss player. And he's going to go ahead and get some Spine Crawlers down. He's spreading his creep nicely. And he's getting he's upgrading to his lair and getting another gas. Meanwhile, 2 more gateways are now on the way for the Protoss player, and he's going to retake that Nexus and try his best to hold it this time. EGidRA's back in his base, so that's good news for Legosu. So, we have the Overlord. EGidRA has still not... Well, he's going to know that he retook that expansion. That's a no-brainer. Zerglings are on the way back, and Roaches are taking the high ground. Roaches are going to come around to the top. We might see some type of 2-prong attack where the Roaches... Oh, actually, I stand corrected. He's just going to go ahead and take a third. EGidRA is definitely a huge, huge macro player. He's known for it. He likes the macro and play late game. So that looks like that's what he's going to transition to now. Protoss player has got that core back up, thank gosh. EGidRA is upgrading his Overlord pneumatic carapace, and he's also getting Roach speed. So Roaches will be in good shape. Protoss player has got a ton of Zealots. He's got like a Zealot force. He's got all these sentries that do have hallucination. So I'm not sure, he hasn't used it yet, and I am really curious to know why on earth he would have researched that before Warp Gate research, but hey, I'm sure this guy's a pro-level player, and he has a method for his madness. 4 more Roaches are coming out. Melee attack level 1 on the way for EGidRA. And Legosu's warping in a couple more Stalkers. And it looks like he might try and prod out with this little force. He sees the Overlord come flying by. He's going to go ahead and take that down. Oh, nice play by EGidRA there. We got Zerglings coming straight forward. And he definitely doesn't have enough to deal with this Protoss mini death ball, you could call it. But EGidRA, being smart, is going to counterattack with a Roach run or Ling run by, and there's only a Zealot and a Sentry, but the Sentry can force field off. That was actually an excellent warp in. And here we go, folks. Here comes the army against those Roaches, and those Roaches are going to destroy that little tiny army. Excellent force fields, just keeping EGidRA away. And the Lings are coming back through one more time, going to try and do a run by and catch Legosu off guard. And he still gets the force field off. Very nicely played. Legosu is kind of looking indecisive right now. I mean, he's way down in supply. Here we go with the hallucination. Finally, we're hallucinating some Colossus and a ton of Stalkers. Now, this is going to be interesting because EGidRA is not even going to be remotely prepared. He's probably asking, how the hell did this guy get so many units so fast? And EGidRA is pulling back. He sees the amount of units. He knows there's no way he can handle this. If he has no overseer, so he doesn't know that these are hallucinations. Okay. Interesting. I did not expect that. Legosu goes and GG's. I thought he had EGidRA scared there for a minute, but I guess not. I got 44 supply. I mean, half of his units were fake, but I don't think EGidRA knew that. But regardless, EGidRA gets the win. That was a pretty good game. I think the hallucination before Warp Gate was just a waste of time. It costed him his first expansion and a gateway. But hey, let's we'll recap. EGidrA beat DREAMlegosu. It was an excellent game on Shattered Temple. So that's all I got for you tonight. This is Anarchy SC2. If you have a replay, send it to me, anarchysc2@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/anarchysc2. Thanks, guys. I will see you in the next video, which should be out soon.